What's up, YouTube? So today I wanted to make a video just polishing the valve cover on this Civic. I've seen a lot of videos out there polishing valve covers, but I didn't like some of the grits that were being used, so I'm going to get into that a little bit later. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, so first of all, if you follow this channel for any length of time, you know that I love 90s and 80s stuff, and I think I get like one rant per video. So I really want to polish this valve cover because I love the way D series and B series valve covers look. They're just so simple and kind of elegant in a way, really. I love the simple logo across the top. I have had K series engines before and they look great. But there's just something about the B and the D series engines that just looks so good to me. So I'd love to polish this thing up. So the issues I've had with a couple other videos that I've seen, there's a ton of these videos out there about polishing your valve cover. First things first, this thing is aluminum, if you didn't know that. It's aluminum. And the thing with polishing aluminum, really with sanding anything, is the grit always matters where you start. So the lower the number on the grit, the more coarse that sandpaper is. And if you start with something like 150 or 220, all those scratches that you put in whatever you're sanding need to be sanded out by the grit that is the next step finer than the grit you started with. And I notice a lot of people using like 300 grit, even like 220 or something, and the scratches when they're done, like, it looks shiny, but you don't really get all the scratches out. You would have to sand really deep to get out all those scratches. So today I'm going to be using a scuff pad. There's two different common scuff pads that you can get like at Home Depot and stuff like that. This is the more coarse scuff pad and this is the less coarse, probably equivalent to like 400 or 500 grit probably. And I'm going to be using just this one if I can get away with it. So I won't even be using the red scuff pad. And I will be spraying it down with Purple Power. One thing about Purple Power, make sure that if you use it to clean your engine or anything like that, that you wash it off, because it can eat into the metal if it sits on there for too long. Alright guys, so I've got a lot of the sanding done, as you can see. I did run into a few problems. If you can see it, this thing is pretty pitted. It's a little worse than I was hoping for, I'm not gonna lie. So I did have to switch it up from the gray pad that I was originally planning on using, this one right here, and I did use the red pad. And I also used some 600 grit wet sanding to kind of go in between the red and the gray pad. There's a big difference between the two. Once you get the valve cover pretty clean though with the Purple Power, you can go ahead and switch it up and just start wet sanding. You don't need to keep using the Purple Power. I would just get a water bottle, fill it up, poke a little hole in the top, and you just sort of spray it on there while you're sanding. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. I don't regret starting with a lighter scuff pad because if you start lighter, you can always go to a grittier pad or a grittier paper. The thing is just not to start with something too gritty if you're not sure, because you got to get all those scratches out. So for my polish setup, I've been using this stuff by Blue Magic Metal Polish Cream. I'm sure there's a lot of good metal polishing stuff out there, but this is just what I've been using. I've had pretty good luck with it. You do got to mix it up. Well, there it is, guys. Hopefully this helped you out with some of your sanding techniques. I think it came out pretty decent. It's a little bit rough. There is some pits in this thing. It's old, but I mean, it came out pretty good, I think. You know, if you got something really rough, you maybe go to 400, maybe 300. But just remember, when you're sanding, you're gonna have to sand out all those scratches with the next level, less gritty sandpaper. So just keep that in mind if you do sand. But I don't know, I guess I'm hesitant to go too gritty, because I've actually bought cars where people try to clean up the valve covers, and I bought one where the guy took a wire brush to it off an angle grinder, and all the letters were just ground down, and there's no getting them back once it's gone there. So if you start small, you can always work your way backwards and get something grittier on there if something finer isn't working. But anyways, there it is, guys. Hopefully that helps you out. Comment below what you guys want to see in the next video. I'm trying to strike a balance between the Civic stuff and the motorcycle stuff, but I definitely have a lot of motorcycle ideas for videos that I want to do in the future. So let me know down below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.